सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओं श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातु कृष्णपरमात्मनः समस्त गुरुणामनुग्रहेण उपनिषदादि समस्तशास्त्रोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं विश्वशान्तिकल्याणार्थं समस्तसाधकानां भक्तानां सेवकानां च विघ्ननिवारणार्थं शक्तिदां सम्पदानां साधनानां च अवाप्त्यर्थं श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य नवमस्कन्धस्य पारायणम् एकादशस्कन्धस्य अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। Today we will be chanting the 8th chapter of 9th skandha. See to it that concentration is practiced and developed. Bhakti and Shraddha are practiced and developed. Chanting without mistakes is practiced and developed. Let this 7-8 minutes of chanting this chapter also be a great sadhana by us. Let us see how much we can try. After that, we will be studying 11th skandha, 29th chapter. Bhagavan tells to whom this Bhagavata Jnana, this Tattva Jnana, this Upanishad Sara Jnana, this is dharmas to be taught and not to be taught. And then we will see Uddhavji's reply. That is how today's our class, followed by which we will have our Adhyatma Ramayana Adhyanam, Sri Valmiki ji telling us which are how we have to prepare with our beautiful Lakshana qualities. Then Lord Rama, Sita Mata, Lakshmana ji come and stay permanently in our heart to protect us from every odds and also to give us the Anandam, bliss and moksha. Let us begin the chanting. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagawat Mahapuranam Parayanam Namaskandha Atha Ashtamodhyayah. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Om Harito Rohita Sutaha Champastasmad Vinirmita Champapuri Sudevoto Vijayo Yasya Chatmajaha Bharukastatsudastasmat Vrukastasyapi Bahukaha Soribhirhrita Bhuraja Sabharyo Vanamavishatu वृद्धं तं पंचतां प्राप्तं महिष्यनुमरिष्यति और्वेण जानतात्मानं प्रजावन्तं निवारिता आज्ञायास्यै सपत्नीभिः गरो दत्तोऽन्धसासः सह तेनैव सञ्जातः सगराख्यो महायशाः सगरश्चक्रवर्त्यासीत् सागरो यत् सुतैः कृतः यस्तालजङ्घानयवनान् शकान् हैहयबर्बरान् नावधीत् गुरुवाक्येन चक्रे विकृतवेषिणः मुण्डान् श्मश्रुधरान् कांश्चित् मुक्तकेशार्धमुण्डितान् अन्तर्वाससः कांश्चित् अबहिर्वाससोपरान् सोऽश्वमेधैरयजत सर्ववेदसुरात्मकम् और्वोपदिष्टयोगेन हरिम् आत्मानम् ईश्वरं तस्योत्सृष्टं पशुं यज्ञे जहाराश्वं पुरन्दरः सुमत्यास्तनया दृप्ताः पितुरादेशकारिणः हयम् अन्वेषमाणास्ते समन्तान्यखनन्मणिमहीम प्रागुदीच्यां दिशि हयं ददृशु कपिलान्तिके एष वाजिहरश्चौरः आस्ते मीलितलोचनः हन्यतां पापः इति षष्टिसहस्रिणः उदायुधा अभिययुः मुनिम् एष तदा मुनिः स्वशरीराग्निना तावत् महेन्द्रहृतचेतसः महद्व्यतिक्रमहता भस्मसाद् अभवन् क्षणात् न साधुवाधो मुनिकोपभर्जिताः नृपेन्द्रपुत्रा इति सत्त्वधामनि कथं तमोरोषमयं विभाव्यते जगत्पवित्रात्मनि खेरजो भुवः यस्येरिता साङ्ख्यमयी दृढे हनौः यया मुमुक्षुस्तरते दुरत्ययं भवार्णवं मृत्युपथं विपश्चितः परात्मभूतस्य कथं पृथङ्मतिः योऽसमञ्जस इत्युक्तः स केशिन्या नृपात्मजः तस्य पुत्रोऽंशुमान्नाम पितामहहिते रतः असमञ्जस आत्मानं दर्शयन्नसमञ्जसं जातिस्मरः पुरा सङ्गात् योगी योगात् विचालितः आचरन् गर्हितं लोके ज्ञातीनां कर्म विप्रियं सरैवां क्रीडतो बालान् प्रास्यतु द्वेषयञ्जनम् एवं वृत्तः परित्यक्तः पित्रा स्नेहमपोह्य वै योगैश्वर्येण बालान्स्तान् दर्शयित्वा ततो ययौ अयोध्यावासिनः सर्वे बालकान् पुनरागतान् दृष्ट्वा विसिस्मिरे राजन् राजा चाप्यन्वतप्यता अंशुमान् शोधितो राज्ञा तुरगान्वेषणे ययौ पितृव्यखातानुपथं भस्मान्ति ददृशे हयं तत्रासीनं मुनिं वीक्ष्य कपिलाख्यम् अधोक्षजम् हस्तौ समाहितमनाः प्राञ्जलिः प्रणतो महान् अंशुमानुवाच न पश्यति त्वां परमात्मनो जनो न बुध्यतेऽद्यापि समाधियुक्तिभिः कुतो परे तस्य मनः शरीरधीः विसर्गसृष्टा वयम् अप्रकाशाः ये देहभाजस्त्रिगुणप्रधानाः गुणान् विपश्यन्तु तवातमश्च यन्मायया मोहितचेतसस्ते विदुस्वसंस्थं न बहिः प्रकाशाः तन्त्वामहं ज्ञानघनं स्वभाव प्रध्वस्तमाया गुणभेदमोहैः सनन्दनाद्यैर्मुनिभिर्विभाव्यं कथं हि मूढः परिभावयामि प्रशान्तमाया गुणकर्मलिङ्गम् अनामरूपं सदसद्विमुक्तं ज्ञानोपदेशाय गृहीतदेहं नमामहे त्वां पुरुषं पुराणं त्वन्माया रचिते लोके वस्तुबुद्ध्या गृहादिषु भ्रमन्ति कामलोभेर्ष्या मोहविभ्रान्तचेतसः अद्य नः सर्वभूतात्मन् कामकर्मेन्द्रियाशयः मोहपाशो दृढश्छिन्नः भगवंस्तव दर्शनात् श्रीशुक उवाच इत्थं गीतानुभावहतं भगवान् कपिलो मुनिः अंशुमन्तमुवाचेदम् अनुगृह्य धिया नृप श्रीभगवानुवाच अश्वोऽयं नियतां वत्स पितामह पशुस्तव इमे च पितरो दग्धाः गङ्गाम्भोर्हन्ति नेतरतु तं परिक्रम्य शिरसा प्रसाद्य हयमानयतु सगरस्तेन पशुना यज्ञशेषं समापयतु राज्यम् अंशुमतिन्यस्य निःस्पृहो मुक्तबन्धनः और्वोपदिष्टमार्गेण लेभे गतिमनुत्तमाम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां नवमस्कन्धे अष्टमोऽध्यायः ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. This beautiful Sagara Charitra. He wanted to do Ashwamedha Yaga. Ashwa is sent. Indra has taken it away. They were searching. His son Asamanjasa and his putra Amshuman. Asamanjasa, though yogi, but outside he was acting so terribly, therefore discarded by father. Then Asamanjasa's other brothers, 60,000 or so many, they go in search of the horse. They dig the earth to a deep level. There somewhere they find Kapila Muni in Dhyanam, and near him the Ashwa. The Indra only ties it there. Kapila Muni doesn't know. So they think he is the one who did it. So they try to attack him. But that Yoga Shakti, Tapo Shakti of Kapila Muni, he burns all of them. That same Kapila Muni is the giver of this Patanjala Yoga Darshanam we are studying. And he is Narayana Avataram, he is the Hiranyagarbha. So beautiful that we are reminded of him. Every day we are doing Smarana of his name. Then here the Asamanjasa sent, then his brothers were Bhasmi Bhuta, then Amshuman, such a great person, serving his own grandfather so much. Then he says, Anshuman ji, go and find the horse. He goes there and he sees Kapila Muni, a beautiful 10-12 slokas of Stotra by Amshuman of Bhagavan Kapila is there. Excellent it is. There we can see he matlab must lot of discussion might have happened. Then he realizes it's Kapila Muni. Then he does the Stuti. See, any of these things when we study in Bhagavatam, what is given is 100% true. But that is not the complete thing because every dialogue, every chink, every चिल्लाना, every भोजन जो उन्होंने किया और सब थोड़ी लिखते हैं यहाँ. So they might have had discussion. Then the Anshumanji might have realized it is Kapila Muni. He did the stuti. Kapila Muni also blesses him, take the horse. Then brought Sagaraji completes his yagnam. He gives kingdom to the Pota, Anshuman, and he goes to meditation and realizes the self. Then we will see the Bhagirath story, Ganga Avataranam Ityadi, in this Namaskandha, slowly taking us to the Surya Chandra Vamsha, in which the Surya Vamsha will see Sri Rama Avatar. That's how Namaskandha, Ishanu Katha, goes on talking about the stories of rishis, sadhakas, bhaktas, who have realized the God and Bhagavan's various anugraha. So, in this way, every day, half an hour, 1 hour, some Puranas we have to study. Half an hour, 1 hour, some of the Vedanta Granthas we have to study. Along with all our sadhanas, so we are kept in touch with God. And to our luck and fortune, if we are not so busy in the world with so many difficulties, obligations, and bondages, so too from within the heart also, if we don't have so many of the extroverted thoughts of indulgences other one side or of any other activity eats away our time, then understand we are lucky, but use that fortune for in this way spending life or time for sadhana day in and day out. Keep on adding, keep on adding, keep on adding sadhana, so that toward the end, when we look back, we should be so contented that I have not wasted my time. I did whatever I could do, like last 2 years. All of us are contented that we are not wasting days without study of Shastra. Every day we are listening. That's a great trupti. This trupti really surpasses many other asantruptis of us. Many other things we might have thought of doing and not done, but this is really, and it's a divine, it's a glorious, it's a beautiful. It pleases the gurus, the Shastra, and Bhagavan, and it is the one which decides our future Janma. So there's a great contentment. But even these Shastras, more deeply studied and more deeply understood, and consciously we do the sadhanas which are to be done immediately, then और वो तो फिर सोने पे सुहागा हो जाएगा. And if we come to a decision as we thought in the morning class, one of the class, now I don't know how long I'm going to live. So like Parikshita or like Nachiketa or like Prahlada, every moment I'll be in my Adhyatmika practices only. If this conviction comes and we try to practice, and I tell you, we are the most lucky ones. And who knows in that intensity, any of the Guru or Bhagavan passing through and sees our tapasya, they may just halt, pause, and give us through their Shakti Patham at least some anubhuti. When those few anubhavas come, then it is confirmed that what we are doing is not wrong or not illusory. What we are doing as spiritual sadhana is pakka result oriented. With that thought, then no more turning back. We just do, we just reach out. So may we all have that type of life hours ahead from this very moment. Having said so, this is a beautiful chapter of this Namaskanda we did Parayanam. ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, श्रीभागवत शरणं मम, श्रीसद्गुरुशरणं मम, श्रीसूत शरणं मम, श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम, श्रीव्यास शरणं मम, श्रीनारद शरणं मम, श्रीकुमार शरणं मम, श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम, श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। अमोघं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः, अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चत करहिचिद। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः। मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ एकोनत्रिंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Chant from 29. अपि उद्धवत्वया ब्रह्म सखे समवधारितम्, अपि ते विगतो मोहः शोकश्चासौ मनोभवः। नैतत्त्वया दाम्भिकाय नास्तिकाय शठाय च, अशुश्रूषोरभक्ताय दुर्विनीताय दीयताम्। एतैर्दोषैर्विहीनाय ब्रह्मण्याय प्रियाय च, साधवे शुचये ब्रूयात् भक्तिः स्यात् शूद्रयोषिताम्। नैतद्विज्ञाय जिज्ञासोः ज्ञातव्यमवशिष्यते, पीत्वा पीयूषम् अमृतं पातव्यं नावशिष्यते। ज्ञाने कर्मणि योगे च वार्तायां दण्डधारणे, यावानर्थो नृणां तात तावान्स्तेऽहं चतुर्विधः। मर्त्यो यदा त्यक्तसमस्तकर्म निवेदितात्मा विचिकीर्षितो मे, तदामृतत्वं प्रतिपद्यमानः मयात्मभूयाय च कल्पते वै। श्रीशुक उवाच। स एवमादर्शितयोगमार्गः तदोत्तमश्लोकवचो निशम्य, बद्धाञ्जलिः प्रीत्युपरुद्धकण्ठः न किञ्चिदूचेश्रुपरिप्लुताक्षः। विष्टभ्य चित्तं प्रणयावघूर्णं धैर्येण राजन् बहुमन्यमानः। कृताञ्जलिः प्राह यदुप्रवीरं शीर्ष्णा स्पृशंस्तच्चरणारविन्दम्। उद्धव उवाच। विद्रावितो मोहमहान्धकारः य आश्रितो मे तव सन्निधानात्, विभावसोः किं नु समीपगस्य शीतं तमोभिः प्रभवन्त्यजाद्य। प्रत्यर्पितो मे भवतानुकम्पिना वृत्याय विज्ञानमय प्रदीपः। हित्वा कृतज्ञस्तव पादमूलं कोऽन्यत् समीयात् चरणं त्वदीयम्। वृक्णश्च मे सुदृढः स्नेहपाशः दाशार्हवृष्ण्यन्धकसात्वतेषु, प्रासारितः सृष्टिविवृद्धये त्वया स्वमायया ह्यात्मसुबोधहेतिन। नमोऽस्तु ते महायोगिन् प्रपन्नमनुषाधिमां, यथा त्वच्चरणाम्भोजे रतिः स्यादनपायिने। श्रीभगवानुवाच। गच्छोद्धव मयादिष्टः बदर्याख्यं ममाश्रमं, तत्र मत्पादतीर्थोदे स्नानोपस्पर्शनैः शुचिः। ईक्षयालकनन्दायाः विधूता शेषकल्मषः, वसानो वल्कलान्यङ्ग वन्यभुक् सुखनिस्पृहः। तितिक्षुर्द्वन्द्वमात्राणां सुशीलः संयतेन्द्रियः, शान्तः समाहितधिया ज्ञानविज्ञानसंयुतः। मत्तोऽनुशिक्षितं यत्ते विविक्तमनुभावयन्, मय्यावेशितवाक्चित्तः मद्धर्मनिरतो भव अतिव्रजगतेस्तिस्रः मामेवश्यसि ततः परम् श्रीशुक उवाच स एव मुक्तो हरिमेधसोद्धवः प्रदक्षिणं तं परिसृत्य पादयोः शिरोनिधायाश्रुकलाभिः आर्द्रधीः न्यषिञ्चदद्वन्द्ववरोऽप्यवक्रमे सुदुस्त्यजस्नेहविरो वियोगकातरः न शक्नुवन् स्तं परिहातुमातुरः कृच्छ्रम्य ययौ मूर्धनि भर्तृपादुके बिभ्रन्नमस्कृत्य ययौ पुनः पुनः ततस्तमन्तरहृदि सन्निवेश्य गतो महाभागवतो विशालां यथोपदिष्टां जगदेकबन्धुना तपः समास्थाय हरेरगाद्गतिं य एतदानन्दसमुद्रसम्भृतं ज्ञानामृतं भागवताय भाषितं कृष्णेन योगेश्वरसेविताङ्घ्रिणा सच्छ्रद्धया सेव्य जगद् विमुच्यते भवभयमपहन्तं ज्ञानविज्ञानसारं निगमकृदुपजहरे भृङ्गवद्वेदसारम् अमृतमुदतितश्चापाययत् भृत्यवर्गान् पुरुषं ऋषभम् आद्यं कृष्णसंज्ञं नतोऽस्मि इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे एकोनत्रिंशोऽध्यायः ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः शान्तिः beautiful portion of Bhagavatam or in our life the best period we are spending so far in daily being in touch with Paramatma through the Shastra Shravanam, Adhyanam, Mananam, Chintanam. In this 29th chapter of Ekadasha Mukti Skandha, towards his conclusion of his teachings, Bhagavan was telling, after giving the sara of all the Adhyatmika Jivana or Sadhana, ki these things won't enter into or become useful or practiced by those who have these negative qualities. Therefore, Uddhava, don't waste your time in giving this knowledge to them. So too, if you and I, as a students of Bhagavata, are the so-called spiritual seekers identified, if at all we also have these non-positive qualities, then Bhagavan, as he says, this Bhagavata knowledge will not stay in us to inspire us, to empower us, to do sadhana to reach to Bhagavan. So therefore, every time we have to also see our qualification. How much, as much it is important for us to have the zeal and zest of wanting to grow spiritually, equal value importance we have to give to our own qualification. If we are not qualified, then how much ever struggling we do, we will not get it. Therefore, focus attention in getting those sadgunas, those qualifications. When these sadgunas which are told are the ones which will free our chitta from the tamo rajoguna kshipta moda vikshipta and fill our heart with the satguna of the ekagrata. And in that ekagra bhumi or shuddhanta karana or the antakarana in shuddha sattva guna, then these things will remain also. More than that, how much our shastra we listen, but unless we find it to be truth, and we find it to be giving us the knowledge of the truth, and if we are inspired by the thought that truth alone is the one which we have to gain, then we have really heard the Bhagavatam. And how can all these things happen? Listening to Bhagavatam, understanding the Bhagavatam, knowing the glory of the theme of Bhagavatam, finding it to be the ultimate one, getting totally committed to achieve it, inspired by it, taking up sadhana and doing it. ये सब करना है तो अपना अंतःकरण ऐसा होना चाहिए. That type of antakarana. These negative qualities destroy our antakarana. Therefore, such person cannot do all these. Instead of that, the below mentioned positive gunas when we have, then definitely such antakarana will be able to achieve all these things for us. We are honest now. We are sincere now. As regard our honesty, sincerity of wanting to be spiritual and wanting to know the Lord, we are a good extent we have grown. But the means to reach to that sadhanas and the sadhana doing instruments called as our antakarana, they are not fully fit. They are not. They are totally what you call rusted. They are totally twisted. They are all mutilated and all that. So they have to be made fair and beautiful to be useful for sadhana. है ना? चलो मंदिर जाना चाहते हैं, लेकिन कार खराब है, स्कूटर खराब है, टायर पंक्चर है, हवा नहीं है या नहीं तो पेट्रोल इज नॉट देयर, ब्रेक्स नहीं है. यू वांट टू गो गुड, योर डिजायर, but then means of travel vehicle is not there. Is it not? So we all are now, by 2 years of our study, definitely to some extent, sufficient extent, are seekers of truth. Hope I can imagine it. But at the same time, see, you want to have the Swarupa Avasthanam. But then, if the Chitta Vrittis are so virulent, so powerful of Kshipta Moda Vikshipta, with all the Panchakleshas, as well as the all the five Vrittis are of full Klishta Vrittis only when they are. How can we do Yoga Sadhana? How can we see the Drashta in us, Swarupa in us? So therefore, we have to guard ourselves all the time. Are we invoking, inviting, involving in those type of gunas with which we will be denied of the opportunity for spiritual sadhana and growth? If so, remove it. Just like a patient has to be very careful about what he is eating or drinking. It should not be cancelling, neutralizing his medication. It should not increase his disease. Same way, he should take those things by which his health becomes better, complements with the medication. So too, we are on the treatment of Bhavaroga. The treatment is Bhagavata Adhyanam, Bhagavat Sadhana. But if this treatment has to happen properly, you have to be careful about what not to consume and what to consume. So these are the six gunas were told. So Naitatvaya, Dambhikaya, and Nastikaya, Shataya, Ashushrushoho, Avaktaya, Durvinitaya, Tvaya na diyatam. So every of the non-positive qualities, these ones, we have to select and weed out from our heart. Even little also, we should not give chance to them. In these important things which I can talk as are Nastikata should not be there and Bhakti should be there. This Bhakti again comes in the next sloka also. भक्त नहीं होना और भक्त होना. भक्त नहीं होना नहीं होना चाहिए, भक्त होना होना चाहिए. See, born in Bharatavarsam, in a Sanatana Dharma, how come we be misguided by variety of the Nastika and communist thoughts that we don't have Astikata or Bhakti in Bhagavan? How can it be possible? But little higher level, be attentive. Abhakta or Nastika means what? That person, to fulfill his desires or demands, he goes to the temple with the feeling that Bhagavan is there, looking at and blesses. His mind is half dimak only. Kyo? When he does the papa and dushkarma, that time he thinks that Bhagavan is not there to see me. देखो भक्ति एंड आस्तिकता not only will make us do the Bhagavad Upasana and dharmika jivana, it also should eliminate from us all adharma. Why do I do adharma? Only with the idea is deeply hidden in the heart that there is nobody to look at me, nobody to punish me. If I become aware deeply that somebody is watching and punishments will be very severe, why will I do? Therefore, an astika and bhakta not only does good, but also avoids the bad. Our problem is what? While doing good, we believe God. While doing bad, we think as if God is not there to check us and as if He is not going to punish us. ये आधा हो गया दिमाग. If you are astika, you must know Bhagavan is there. And where is Bhagavan? You can't bind Bhagavan in any temple or in your puja room. He is all pervading. He is all pervading. He is all knowing, all seeing. Then how can anything negative be done by us, kaya, vacha, manasa? Therefore, really never doing kaya, vacha, manasa, anything negative, because the Bhagavan is watching. This attitude is called bhakti. This attitude is called astikata. If not going to temple for 1 hour, God is there. But in all my naukaris, in all my other interactions, in all my thoughts, etc., I am only behaving in such a way as if God is not there. See, that is like in many shops, they keep Bhagwan's photo for Bhagwan to protect and help in the business. But why don't you be aware that Bhagwan is there also to watch your way of dealing the business, whether you are cheating or non-cheating. Bhagwan should be there in your shop to protect you from others cheating you. You cannot, even after having Bhagwan's photo, that you cheat others. How will the Bhagwan accept if at all you are doing? But people keep the picture also and again. So too, in the घर में भी पूजा रूम में भगवान को रखते भगवान पूजा रूम में, लेकिन होते हैं घर के हर जगह. Then when Bhagavan is everywhere in the house, how can in any of the houses, rooms, we fight with each other, we hate each other, we indulge in negativities? After these two, only the third one, when in my heart Bhagavan is there, how can I afford to have negativities in my heart? हृदय में भगवान है कहते हो, फिर भी काम क्रोध आदि को एंटरटेन करते हो. See, Bhagavan will not do anything. If you have kamana, he will fulfill them if you do the right works. If you do sadhana, he will bless you for that. With kamana, if you do all negative things, he will punish us with naraka adi. It is we who, having Bhagavan kept in our heart, now at the altar of his feet, in our own interest, we have to eliminate our negative qualities, taking the help that जब भगवान है दिल में, how can I have my negativities? Just like a Mahatma, anybody you call at home, when you call him, you won't be in the same mood when he is there, like every day. So that day you are smiling, you are fresh, your house is made well, you get integrated, your words change, your everything becomes disciplined, systematic. इफ नॉट महात्मा जी आ गए, उनको कुर्सी में बैठा है और मियाँ बीवी लड़ रहे हैं और घर में आवाज ला करके टीवी देख रहे हैं, everybody is doing what they were doing, you have insulted only in calling him. We call him only in his presence as an our offering to him, we come out of our negativities. Then if that Mahatma loves us so much and that if he deserve, he says, मैं आ गया इस घर में और भगवान को भी लाया हूँ, they are here permanently now, I am leaving them and going, never ever do anything negative here. You promise. And if that person host daily devotee to Bhagavan or that Guru, for the sake of that Guru, he gives us negativity. And who is benefited? Not that Guru, that person. See that astikata and bhakti help us only. We are not doing any favor to Bhagavan or anybody. You understood? Generally we are talking. Particularly here in this context, जो नास्तिक है भक्त नहीं है, मेरे को क्यों सुना रहे हो भागवत की कथाएं? मुझे भोगवत कथाएं सुनाओ, मुझे श्याम राम कथा नहीं चाहिए, मुझे काम कथा सुनाओ. You'll be desirous of listening to those nonsense, not this. So it's a waste of your energy. So that way Bhagavan says, don't tell it to those people. Not to say that don't tell or anything, you get disappointed. So if you are strong enough not to get disappointed, and if you are doing this thing for your own sake as Mananam Chintanam, like the Swami who shouts every day 6 classes, you do it. But don't expect the people to listen or change. We don't know whether they have qualification or not. All your 3 years of classes can go waste if the audience are not worthy. Now you can't help it. Before selecting only, you must be careful. Generally. But I am lucky. Wonderful people Bhagavan gave. So no regrets, guilts. In fact, more enthusiasm and joy to take up more and more texts. Yoga Vasishtha will study, Brahma Sutra will study, Shiva Puranam will study, Sutta Samhita we will study. Upanishads anyway all are going on. We will enjoy. Good. Understood how we have to protect ourselves. And then one way of seeing is it what? At least during the class, these nonsense durgunas, if we remove, we can at least in the class we can listen, allow the Guru Parampara to sow some seeds in our heart. Because all the time to be in the divine mood, not easily possible in the Kali Yuga for you and me. It is expected. We should go on trying for it. But we also must know our limitations. Therefore, during the classes, at least those days, those time, we are maintaining the all Sadguna, then we can get. Just like when Mahatma Ji comes home, at least at that time you are calm, quite peaceful, loving. That itself is great achievement that Mahatma knows also. In my presence, at least they have not did all nonsense. After going, it's again our nature and prakriti. We have to accept the facts also. Is it not? So we are just saying a compromising thought. Totally, if you are bereft of these negativities, Bhagavata will enter without any obstruction into our heart, and we even have Bhagavan Krishna Darshanam. But if that is not the case, does it mean that जब तक अंतःकरण शुद्ध हो जाए तब तक भागवत सुने ना हम? Point is, at least start having little by little good qualities and eliminate these things at least during the class. You and I do this second one. क्लास के समय हम बहुत साधु बाबा इसलिए भगवान हमको दे ही जा रहे, बाद में साधु नहीं है इसलिए भूल ही जा रहे. Is a good proof for ourselves, about ourselves. Is it not? It's all fact. What is there to hide between you and me? We're all friends now. So, Nastika and Abhakta are absolutely non-positive quality, become Astika and Bhakta. So, other four, then Dambikaya, Shataya, Ashushrushu, and Durvinita, all these we have at length discussed yesterday, day before. So, to that person, Naitatvaya Dhyatavyam, you should not give this Jnanam to such non-positive people. हो गया? Now, Diyatam or Datavyam. Whom to give is the topic comes. First thing, Etair Doshair Vihinaya. Vihina. Hina means reduction. Vihina means removal. The one in whose heart, from whose heart, all these doshas are completely removed. Then to that extent, the Bhagavata also will be completely taught by the Guru, completely received by the Bhakta or the audience, completely used by him, and the result also will be complete. पूर्णता है ना, ये पूर्ण रूप से हम इन दुर्गुणों से मुक्त है, तो पूर्ण कृपा गुरुओं का होगा भागवत हमको देने का. वो भागवत भी पूर्णतया हमारे हृदय में जाएगा और हमारे अंदर जो प्रेरणा से पूर्ण रूप से हम साधना करेंगे तो अतिशीघ्र ही वो पूर्ण वस्तु का प्राप्ति हमको होता है. Therefore, when he says etair doshair vihinaya, to whom you have to give, it is the topic in the shloka 31. In the 30th, whom not to give, that we have discussed. Now, to whom to give? Etair doshair vihinaya, the one who is free from all these doshas completely, once for all. Not that even in Kali Yuga people are not pure enough, there are definitely some. So here, many a time when such things are spoken, we have to take it in such a way. If such positive persons come, without doubt you must give. That's the idea. है ना, आज के कलयुग में आप कुछ भी करो, एक आध बंदा भी लायक मिलता है ना, उनको सिखा देना है ज्ञान, फिर परिपक्व होता है. Like भगवान शिवानंद जी, गुरु महाराज, तपोवन महाराज used to be like that. They never went for prachara, for all that. They said whoever qualified came and found them to be really deserving, they just poured out that jnana. So in the same way, a good positive quality person is there. We don't leave any efforts unput, no stone unturned, must give to him. That's the idea. So first thing is those who don't have these 6 negative qualities. What are they? Dambikaya, Nastikaya, Shataya, Ashushrushu, Abhakta, then Durvinita. So the one instead of Dambika, he is pure, straightforward, open, transparent. The Nastika, instead of that, he has got the belief in the next life that depends on this life's work, and he also believes Bhagavan's presence. Then the one who is not Shatha, the cheater, is not a cheat, but he is a helper. A lobhi does the cheating of others, but a data helps others. So instead of becoming a greedy person to cheat, be a giver or charitable person to give others. So not having those negativity, Shatha, not being Shatha. Then Ashushrushu, instead of that, Shushrusha is willingness to listen. And I am surprised to see you all people. I really bow down many a time. How are you getting that interest to listen so regularly for years, which is not even possible for many? वो तो कहते महाराज आप दोगे छुट्टी की हम लेवे. I'm really surprised and I feel so proud of you कि you are so blessed with your humbleness that you are given that interest by the Lord to relentlessly listen. नहीं तो चाहे विषय कितने भी बढ़िया हो, वेदांत शास्त्र हो, इतना लगातार सुनने की हिम्मत किसको होती नहीं, वो भी इन दिस कलयुग. 2 दिन सुन ली, 3 दिन सुन ली, ओके. इवन द बेस्ट ऑफ द गुरु स्पीकिंग ऑन वीडियो टीवी, 10 दिन के बाद आपको बोर लगेगा. ही इज मे बी ग्रेट, he may be giving Brahma Vidya, but our heart will be. It has got its own so many non-positive and all. Impossible for anyone. But you maintaining means what? Something great. I really appreciate. Continue it. I pray that it continues. And through this Shravanam, I wish and pray all the Gurus, Guru Tattva, Bhagavan is Anugraha, enters through your ears into your head, and all the knowledge is made, and that knowledge enters into the heart, and you get that bliss. मैं तो भरपूर आपके लिए those who regular आते हैं, those who cheat me or don't come and irregular, don't have trust and all, so I can't help. I can't waste my tapasya for them. They are in the category of general prayers. लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु, वो लोग उस ग्रुप में आ जाते. सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु, सर्वं समस्तं सन्मंगलानि भवन्तु. But then, for whatever the reason, you respect the speaker or the shastra or the subject or there is a jignasa, each of them are great qualities. Accordingly, you can see Bhagavan also is going on pouring out day in and day out for us the information, the knowledges, new example, new logics, topics new, sometimes same topic repeated with a different angle. How much we are given, dekho. Clear? So, Shushrusha, desire to listen. Shrotum Icha, Shushrusha. So, to Shushrusha is Seva Bhav. I told yesterday, every time physically Seva you may not do, but Seva is a Bhava, maintaining in the heart. Do whatever you can do in whatever the way. Shushrusha, Seva. And here Seva is Bhagavat Seva, Guru Seva, Shastra Seva. उसमें जो रमता है उनके लिए हम ये दे सकते हैं. सो दो ऊपर के दोष नहीं है मतलब उसके पॉजिटिव क्वालिटीज है का मतलब वी आर सीइंग इट. देन इंस्टेड ऑफ अभक्त इज ए भक्त. अभक्त नहीं, भक्त है. ही बिलीव्स इन फ्यूचर लाइफ and see when you believe in the past life and future life, one of the biggest benefit is what? Ki we reduce our undue value given to this life and also the happenings, which otherwise we take them so seriously that we get lost in them, we get caught up in them. Either it is a positive of the bhoga adi or the negative of miseries adi. Remember, like this life's sukha dukkha, so many we had in the past also, thousands of lives, and this is not the end of it. Big stock of papa punya we have. Next life hazaro aisi rahega. Now, if this attitude is there in us, will we make anything as a big issue of whatever is happening in this life? Any successes ho, failures ho, people coming and loving and helping us ho, yeah, they are cheating us and going. So they don't trouble us much. That is the great achievement. That is a beautiful, we get when we are the astika and believe in the future lives. Understood now? And that also makes us careful in living this life in such a way that we are better next. हाँ, ये देखो यही चीज इसके कारण अभी का टाइम भी हमारा सद्विनियोग होगा, आगे भी हमको अच्छी ब्लेसिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलते हैं. So instead of avaktaya, the one who has got bhakti on Bhagavan, Guru Bhakti, please remember, have that bhakti all the time. Or see, is our bhakti is as per the Shastra, or just we are saying that we are bhakta just by going to temple, ringing the bell, giving some money to pujari and doing parikrama, patha tekna. That's anybody does it. It's a gross level. But starting, it's a good thing. But we have to day by day see, we have to observe. याद रखना, योगी के योग साधना के योगी के लक्षण, भक्त के लक्षण, ज्ञानी के लक्षण क्या है हमारे अंदर, देखते जाना चाहिए. एंड वी हैव टू ब्रिंग दोज क्वालिटीज इन अस. क्लियर? सो भक्त है, नॉट अभक्त. देन दुर्विनीत, opposite of that is suvinita, who by nature always in the vinaya. Beautiful. Who has written that book? I don't know the name of the person. मेरे विनय राम, ऐसा कोई बुक है. मेरे राम जो विनयता का एक प्रतीक है. Whether it is with his brothers, with Sitaji, with his father Dasharatha, his three mothers, the mantris, the purajanas, Pashupakshi Adi, when he goes to forest with every of the Rishi Muni, even the nature, everywhere Rama is विनय का वो एक प्रतीक है. You understand? Even with Ravana, only when he becomes arrogantly ferocious, Bhagavan gives due reply. Otherwise, मेरे विनय राम, नाम सुना मैंने राम जी की विनयता. So Durvinitaya is reckless, careless, arrogant. Who just doesn't value at all. Durvinita. In some houses, if they are not so lucky, their children are like that. So too unfortunate hai the servants also. Even the devotees sometimes to the guru, disciples, कभी कभी आपके ऑफिस के एम्प्लॉयज दुर्विनीत. ऐसे जो लोग मिलते हैं ना, दुख ही होता है जिंदगी पूरा. We don't want due respect and reverence from people. At least durvinit mat raho. Especially when the parents get that durvinita children, it's a naraka only to them. Not listening, not valuing, not caring, not taking care. It's like Dhundukari type, Durvinit. When the father went for, he has beaten his mother and from her he took every of the wealth. She jumped into well and died only, that Dhunduli. Durvinita. Instead of that, all the time Suvinita. And especially when we are with Bhagavata Shastra and the Bhagavata Acharyas and Bhagavata Adhenam or Bhagavatokta Sadhana, bring that Vinayata. Honestly from the heart. Out of millions, I am given this chance to study Bhagavatam. Thank you, O God. Thank you, O Krishna. Thank you, O Bhagavata Acharyas. Thank you, Bhagavata Shruti Mata. And I'll try my best. Yeah, it is difficult, hard for me. But again, I'll browse through all the chapters and try to catch the essence. And I will live life. So in this way, Suvinito, if we are there, then we are given. So, Etair Doshair Vihinaya is explained now. Next one is Brahmanyaya. Brahmanya means the Brahmana Bhakta. Brahmanya means Veda Bhakta. ब्रह्मण मीन्स ब्रह्म तत्व भक्त. ऐसे व्यक्ति को जरूर देना. एंड वाई दिस स्पेशल थिंग, एज आई सेड यस्टरडे, विल डिस्कस अबाउट इट. इट इज कि देखो, ब्राह्मण not only in the good olden days, even now, to get the birth in the Brahmana family, not an ordinary achievement. How many lives they might have gone through, so many of toughnesses, difficulties, disciplines, sacrifices that they are born. Now, both things I'll talk openly today. Born in Brahmana family as well as having Brahmana gunas of the Paurahityam, the Upasanas, the Yagna doing, then this, what you say, praying for the well-being and welfare of the totality. Brahmanas. Such Brahmana I am talking. The threaded also by birth and by practice. Many are by birth Brahmana, but their life is Abrahmana. About that I have nothing to comment. But are they the only people? Whole Brahmana community? No, no. Remember, one very sensitive thing I tell you. If you are alert, you catch it. What is it? That is this Kali Yuga only for you and me, not for the Brahmanas? Think about it. How terrible are the doshas of Kali Yuga, of Bhautikvada or materialism, of the Kama Krodha, the Vikara, staying in the same world in which you and I are staying. And yet, if those Brahmanas are withholding themselves, withstanding to all these onslaughts and trying to do their own Nitya Anushtanam, is it not a great achievement? मेरे को तो लगता है कहाँ हम खा पी के सोते घूमते रहते लाइक एन एनिमल ओनली ए राक्षस एंड दैट वाज ब्राह्मण इवन इन दिस टेरिबल कलियुग ऑफ सो मच ऑफ अट्रैक्शंस टेम्पटेशंस एंड ऑल भयंकर उनके लिए भी है कलियुग how much they must be going through that struggle of controlling their senses controlling their mana indriyas and all उनको भी नींद आती है उनको भी खाने को मन होता है उनको भी एंजॉय करने को मन होता है because they are also in the Kali Yuga. कली का धर्म सबके ऊपर है is it not? In spite of that, if someone is respecting, revering the Veda Parampara and studying them for years together, and then taking up those Brahminic activities, whether others recognize or not, pay money or not, even care them or not, how many Brahmanas, lakhs and lakhs suffered during Corona because they can't beg or ask others and nobody values them including government. This useless SC ST BC इन्हीं के पीछे पड़े रहते हैं. Never care them, but still they prayed for everyone. In the Corona Kala, the Corona should go away. Is not in every temple the Brahmanas, pujaris have done the Sankalpa to Bhagavan? Is not that because of that only Bhagavan reduced his anger and from last 6 months we are free from its effects? Although now again it is growing, the fifth, sixth wave. That's what I was saying yesterday. एक श्लोक मंत्र हमको उच्चारण करना नहीं आता. They learn hundreds and hundreds of mantras with that swara and chant so loudly. And every day they have to do. And all the yajna vidhanam, upasana vidhanam, abhisheka vidhanam, and big, when the spiritual programs are done, do you think it is easy to study all that, remember all that? Do you try? वो लोग कर पा रहे हैं कि दो बातें हैं फ्रॉम हाउ मेनी लाइव्स दे आर गोइंग ऑन प्रैक्टिसिंग एंड इन दिस लाइफ amidst us they are there still they are जैसे सुबह उठना ही है नींद आती है तो भी they get up and take the ठंडा पानी bath and संध्या वंदन and all. They also have all the team cricket matches and cinemas, etc. No, our Nitya Anushthan we have to do. In that only we pray for everyone. There are thousands of Brahmanas in our nation, unrecognized, who are in their own Nitya Anushtana, praying for the Dharma, praying for the Bharata Mata. That is why the country is growing and still it is better intact. I to fully believe in that. Then along with all this Upasana Prakriyas knowledge, they also know the intricacies of the Vedas, Veda Shastras, Vedanta. Is it an ordinary art or what? कितना मेहनत कितना दिमाग तेज होने से उसके लिए कितना पवित्रता कितना भगवत उपासना करना पड़ता है that they are able to understand the shastras and the summary of that or intricacies of that and are trying to educate us or explain to us. देखो भैया ब्राह्मणों की महिमा. That is why Bhagavan says, Brahmanas are my mukha. If you feed them, I am fed. If you respect even them, I am done respect. If you insult them, it is a direct insult to me. I myself worship the Brahmanas. Bhagavan कहते हैं. And if somebody is by birth Brahmana, as well as doing all the Brahminical things, and he also studied the Shastras, and is kind enough to teach to us and all that, अब तो सोने पे हमको क्या चाहिए जिंदगी में प्रत्यक्ष भगवान ही है. Therefore, how much we have to have respect, reverence to them, and be blessed by them for our own spiritual evolution. That nation or community which humiliates or insults a Brahmana, पूरा सर्वनाश हो जाएगा. See that Kashmir and all. Is there any part in the world as beautiful as Kashmir? How much it should be in every aspect growing? Do you think it will grow? It will not. Because how many Brahmins are killed there? Even now it's going on. So too, any of the government, it will struggle only as long as they don't respect Brahmins. Brahmins also have to be very careful. Their life is only for tapasya, only for sacrifice, only to pray for the totality. They are supposed to live in minimum. उनको भी अपने फिर धर्म का समझकर निर्वहन करना है. It is a duty on their part also. There is no doubt. Just because born as Brahmin, you don't deserve any of the respect and reverence. Even if you, it cannot be for a long time and not from everybody and not from the deep depth of the heart. ऊपर वो रहे शर्मा जी आ रहे हैं बट जाने का तो शर्मा भी हमारे तरह पागल है वो लोग ऐसी बात करें उन्होंने शर्मा जी इवन इन दिस कलियुग इज सो स्ट्रिक्ट विथ ऑल these things. Oh, Sharma should be Sharma. He should not be Sharma again. But I like this one, Brahmanyaya. Is it not? Let the Brahmanas be given security, safety, comforts, encouragement, inspiration, telling them that we are there. Please study Shastras. Please tell us Vedanta. Please study Shastras. Please do for us the invocation of Bhagavat Kripa for the whole totality. May the entire globe be beautiful. In this way, we can encourage them. It will be so good. There's so many honest ones are there. अब ब्राह्मणत्व को भी बिजनेस के रूप में करना वो भी है. इज अ कलयुग एज आई टोल्ड यू. इतने पैसे दो तभी हम ये श्राद्ध पिंड करेंगे. दे आर देयर फिक्स्ड रेट्स, नो कॉम्प्रोमाइज. अब उनको भी जीना है. दे हैव चिल्ड्रन एंड दे हैव टू मेंटेन, है ना. बट वेरी मेनी आर देयर. मैं तो कहता हूँ ये ब्राह्मणों का वृत्तियों को बढ़ाना, फिर गुरुकुलों का बढ़ावा करना इन ट्रू सेंस. दिस कैन बी द बेस्ट हेल्प. दैट वे यू कैन फीड द अनाथ आश्रम में करो, वृद्धाश्रम में कहो, हॉस्पिटलों में करो, गिव टू द आर्मी, गिव टू द टेम्पल्स. एवरीथिंग इज चैरिटी, एवरीथिंग हैज इट्स ओन ब्यूटी. But eternally, if two places are to be supported, are these two, where the Brahmanas are there, who do the Yajnayaga ityadi for us, the Gurukulas are there, where the great genius who can teach Jnanam Shastra to us, they are produced, are created. Think about it. If I am saying anything wrong, you can correct. But our nation luckily has got the Gotra Parampara, Rishi Parampara and all, even though they are there. And if you can really see, whether you see in NASA in USA, in ISRO in India, everywhere you see, if somebody is highly contributing, are the Brahmins only. You can see. That way, intelligentsia may contributing. Kshatriyas also doing by protecting the nation and all. So when we talk about Brahmanas, we are not devaluing the Kshatriyas. Please remember. ठीक है नहीं. तो यहाँ ब्रह्मण्य आया है इसलिए उसको हम एक्सप्लेन करें. रिमेंबर द कंटेक्स्ट. When I am talking it, it's not that Kshatriya Vaishya are devalued or etc. No, no. Everyone is required for the society. That way, in that general discussion, all four are the four pillars of the society. The service class is required, the trading class is required, the administrations are required, the think tank also is required in general. But the think tank is the one we envisage the plans for the other three to execute. Therefore, they have to be promoted. That's the idea. So, Brahmanyaya, the one who is Brahmana Bhakta, goes takes that. आपके घर के आसपास कोई ब्राह्मण है तो उनको भोजन खिलाओ, को दक्षिणा दो. The very many who deserve, who need it, है ना. You just उनके कोई घर गृहस्थी के कार्यों में सहायता करो. एक छोटा सा घर बना के दो. वेरी गुड. दे विल बी सो हैप्पी. या डॉटर के शादी के कुछ हेल्प करो. इज इट नॉट? बढ़िया है. कोई साधु संत का, कोई आश्रम, कोई मंदिर, कोई ऐसे ब्राह्मण का सेवा हमारे जीवन में करना है. Swamiji, then what about other downtrodden? Yeah, the whole country is behind them for their vote bank and all. करी जा रहे, इनको कोई केयर नहीं कर. Who are the protectors of our great Indian culture and tradition? ये लोग रक्षक हैं. बाकी लोगों को कोई ना कोई कर ही जा रहे. How many NGOs are there for their certificates, for their ITG exemptions? They are doing so many things are there. उनको तो बहुत है. हाँ, जरूर से ज़्यादा ही मिल रहा है सबको कुछ जगह पे तो this thing. Is it not? All the time. Brahmanyaya. You all have to become Brahmanya. I to order it to you only. Is an order. I also feel that. I respect. We value everyone. We need everybody in the world. Same time, these people. Respect, promote them. So, Brahmanyaya, specifically Bhagavan Krishna kaha as the first quality to whom the Bhagavata is to be given. Etair doshair vihinaya is general point. But particularly to whom it should be given, Brahmanyaya. First point. First qualification. Most important. Therefore, we have spent some 10-12 minutes to understand. At the same time, an alerting is done even for the Brahmanas not to give up their tradition of all the Vaidika Shruti Parampara. How much are you may be busy in your worldly activities and all. And my best suggestion is to all the Brahmanas who are retired from their services. इतने साल तो छोड़ दिया आपने ब्राह्मण वृत्ति बिकॉज यूर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ये वो हजारों लाखों है वो भी now once you retired hold on to some temple learn some these shastriya vishayas and serve the world. You are anyway getting your pensions and all not for money but for the sake of nation, for the sake of safety of the entire nation, for the sake of culture and tradition. Let the people again develop the respect for you. O Brahmin, you are the one by your own variety of non-positive things lost the respect. Let there be in the entire India basis, there is a community. There is a community. I love it. The name of that community is our own YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is ABCD. There is a community ABCD, All Brahmin Community Development. ABCD organization is there. All Brahmin Community Development Organization. ABCD. Hamara bhi ABCD. So let them at the national level take up. These people, especially retired Brahmins, 10 years they should serve. Nothing expected. Your requirements taken care and they are taken care. Retired governments, Brahmins, I am saying. They do the work. If at all remuneration they get, let them give to other Brahmins. But all in all, in the entire country, the Brahmanas with their Brahmanatva should protect Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra all together, make our country so beautiful. Financially also, in every aspect also, especially our main culture tradition of spirituality. Is there anything wrong in this thought or sankalpa? Think. Beautiful it is. May it happen soon. And others also respect them. They also should respect everyone. Let us not neutralize or cancel our own beautiful powers by fighting with each other or hating each other. Everyone is great in this world. Everyone duly requires their respect. At one particular period of time, one particular group has to be brought up and should be sponsored. Now today is the time of Brahmanas. Others are anyway being taken care. इस तरह से देखना है हमको. It's a sensitive thing and sensible thing, and there can be a lot of discussions, arguments and all. Everything can be sorted out if we are discussing any topic on the यज्ञ भावना basis. मिलकर ऐसे कुछ सुझाव क्रिएट करें या प्लान जिससे सबका भला हो, then our discussion is always fruitful. Okay, so that is enough. Brahmanyaya, the one who is bhakta for the Brahmana. So that is what Brahmana. Brahmanya is Brahmana Bhakta. And then that Brahmanya also means the Brahmana depends on the Brahma called as the Veda, therefore the Veda Bhakta. Veda talks about the Jnana, therefore the Jnana Bhakta. Jnana is about the Bhagavan, therefore Bhagavad Bhakta. Bhagavan is interested in our Adhyatmikata, therefore Adhyatmika Bhakta. Brahmanya can be expanded to understand in all these ways. Clear? Now come to next one. Priyaya cha. Priyaya. Priya is two things. One is Priya to you. Because in each of us life, some people will love. वो क्यों होता है पता ही नहीं होता हो. प्रिय लगते हैं कुछ लोग. So here the Priya is not from your side you love someone. And the one whom you love, if you give Bhagavata, they run away. Is it not? Here Priya means whose exposition or disposition is Preeti Karaka. The moment you look at them, such a personality they are, you just feel that they are so lovable. Not one particular thing, but all aspects in them are so loving. Their walk, their talk, their looks, their physiological functions, their response to our words, everything is Preeti Yukto. It is really so nice it is for you. There are some people in our life, they are like that. We can see them. Priya. No, in a factory of 200 people, not everybody is useless fellows. There are good people. Some are very Priya. By nature, they are Priya. That's it. They come on time, they do their work, they love you as you are the boss. Priya. So, Priya from our side also, whom you love, that also we can say. And ऐसे जो जिनके प्रति आपको प्रीति है, your own family members, children, grandchildren, create that good atmosphere and at least little you tell them, बेटा 1 महीने के लिए मुझे डेली 10 मिनट देना, not ज़्यादा नहीं. क्यों दादाजी? I want to talk. Don't ask. Must 10 minutes. Just listen. Then in that 1 month, every day 10 minutes, 1 month story of Bhagavata you can tell them. And every day thank them. Beta, thank you because of you. It reminded me also. Be humble. दुर्विनीत नहीं होना चाहिए. पूरा विनीतता से when you give, they receive it. Priya. That's what is being talked last 3-4 months. Every third, fourth day, your greatest contribution to your next and next generation is not only giving them money or security, but giving them spirituality. Everything given, if that is not given, we have cheated them. Along with everything, this also you gave, you are the best. Let that not now but come to those children that for the spiritual guidance, they go to somebody else. शर्म आना चाहिए. उनको ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि यार मेरे दादा ने नहीं पढ़ाया, मेरे पापा ने नहीं पढ़ाया spirituality. Because in everybody's life, Bhagavan gives such kicks that they have to come to spirituality. They go through liquid spirituality for some time, but even that you can't digest. I mean, liver, kidney खराब हो गया. They have to come to the solid spirituality only. है ना? You see at one thing, my children should not depend for naukri or money on anybody. Therefore, you start your companies, you make them the successors. But for spirituality also, why should they beg some uncle telling them? You only tell. They should feel, along with this, my parents have given me this also. That is why the Pratama Guru is Pita only. That कान में बच्चे को और यज्ञवेद के टाइम he gives the Gayatri Mantra Upadesham. That's the beginning. Of father acting as teacher throughout life for that child disciple. See in that Tattvamasi Mahavakyam, his father only teaches to that son Shetaketu that Tattvamasi Mahavakyam. प्रियाय की अर्थ ये है. And never ever underestimate your children, grandchildren, because they are your children, grandchildren. Only thing is, find that art. Find those jovial or kind or conducive moments where you can inject into them the Bhagavata Dharma. And in some cases, you'll be surprised that they are more sharp, they are more receptive, they are more capable of grasping even than us. And always remember, just because in childhood you have given them spiritual samskara, two things. Not that immediately they become spiritual, nor these samskaras get destroyed. When they go through all their immediate prarabdhas and all, what comes to their rescue in the need of time is these spiritual samskara only. Just like you all are now coming to classes, wherein last 20, 30, 40 years, where were you, bhatakti atma? Then kahan se aaye samskar? In the childhood, somebody gave you somewhere. So they all now have found their time for fructification. Now, therefore, we are all regular. I tell my own thing. Father gave it in the childhood, therefore we got it now. कभी वेस्ट नहीं जाते हैं ये, एक भी नहीं वेस्ट होता. In their own time they get fructified. कभी वेस्ट नहीं होता. Whatever you are giving those seeds to your children and grandchildren. Beautiful it is. So प्रियाय means what? जिनको आप प्रेम करते हो because of blood relation, because of other reasons. यार तुमको मैं in that only, this is one of the thing we can do it. कि somebody is attached to you, you love them, then put them in obligation and sentiments. No, if you love me, you must come to Bhagavad and all. देखेंगे it may work. You may say हफ्ते में एक बार तो सुनो, मेरे वास्ते सुनो. Remember, his ego refuses to listen, but behind that ego there is a jiva. That jiva will receive it. One day he will become predominant and he becomes sadhak. तो यूज करना है, क्योंकि हम तो गलत काम नहीं कर रहे, चीटिंग तो नहीं कर रहे, झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहे हैं by telling them Bhagavata dharmas and shastras. On the other hand, we are giving them the ideas regarding moksha. Therefore कोई डर ही नहीं हमको वहाँ करना. In fact, we should feel shy as well as frightened while giving money to others. Because you may give with all nobility, but what will they do with that money? Do you know? बच्चों को पैसे देते हैं, डरना है पैसे देने से पहले, पता नहीं बेवकूफ कहाँ उड़ाएगा ये. He may make you put in jail with that money doing nonsense. But with Bhagavata Jnanam, nobody could do anything bad. They may not do good, but bad so they can't do. Therefore, fearlessly, Bhagavatam should be given, not the money and all. मनी में शैतान है, इसमें तो भगवान है. अगर भगवान दिया जाए तो मनी में से भी भगवती निकल आएगी. Is it not? Priyaya cha. Our preeti to really people is what? Putting them also in spiritual path. Not just giving them whatever they desire, want. What they need, that also should be given. And what should they have, that also should be given. And the need and should always, whether we recognize it is or not, is of the Bhagavata, the Bhakti, the sadhanas. We should do it, we need them. We may not recognize it so because of our immaturity. Everybody needs spirituality or not. Therefore, everybody should be given and should receive the spirituality or not. देखो, ये तो birth right है. And it is right of children to get it from you. Therefore, it is our duty to give them. So, Brahmanyaya explained, Priyaya explained. Both ways. Whom you love, who loves you, and who generally looks so priya. उनको बिठाकर, बेटा अच्छा है, you have such a great good qualities, you're so noble, I loved it. And then one more thing I just want to add as a added feather to your cap, start becoming Bhagavad also. Little by little. Don't compromise with anything, don't give up anything straight away. But add little. This much. In the beginning always, Nabuddhi Vedam Janed Ajnanam Karma Sanginam, as we studied yesterday in Bhagavad Gita for the youth, don't disturb the youngster children in their own enjoying the life. Along with that you add it. Then this starts working. पूरा नहीं देते हुए ऐसा नहीं होना, थोड़ा थोड़ा तो जरूर देना. प्रियाय च, then sadhave. Sadhu, a noble person, a good person. Sadhu is the one who is always in the chintana of upakara to everyone. कैसे मेरे द्वारा सबका भलाई हो, किसी भी कीमत पर उनको कोई दुख ना हो मेरे कारण से. This feeling is called sadhu, that sensitivity. How lovely is that joy, Just imagine how happy Bhagavan would be with such type of human beings. Sadhu. है ना, साधु ते होई ना कारज हानि. इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? साधु से कार्य सफल ही होता है. और it was Vibhishan ji only in Tulsi Ramayana. Both times helps Hanuman ji. First to tell where is Sita ji. Second when Ravana tells इनको मार डालो वगैरह, it is Vibhishana who stops Ravana and tells him दूत को मारना नहीं है, कोई भी उनको दंड पनिशमेंट दो. हनुमान जी का कार्य सफलता इन तुलसी रामायण बिकॉज ऑफ विभीषण साधु. दैट सेंटेंस साधु ते होई ना कारज हानि. सेम वे जिनके द्वारा कार्य सफल होता है, हानि नहीं होता, इज ए साधु. Therefore, we should become sadhu to others. That nobody's karya should be asafala. Everybody's karya should be safala. Next step, sadhu is ready to serve, ready to help, ready to will and pray and do something for the welfare of others. A sadhu need not be spiritual. And a spiritual person must be a sadhu. It will be double addition. A sadhu, how many sadhu doctors are there in this country? 10 रुपए लेते बस कंसल्टेशन, 500 लेने वाले भी है बेचारे. Those people they go 500 is 1 month's rice for them. चावल 10 किलो आता है, बस पूरा फैमिली को होता है कंसल्टेशन फीस. मतलब 10 रुपए लेने वाले भी है साधु डॉक्टर्स. Many people, sadhu hotels, how many are there? There are 2000 रुपए प्लेट वाले खाना भी है, but 20 रुपए पेट भर खाना. There are at least 100 places in our nation along with the langar, other than the langars. Langar तो है ही in the Indian Hindu temples, तो thousands are there. They are not projected much, but they, like in Tirupati, every batch 20,000 people eat food. Like that 10 batches go every day. So 2-3 लाख डेली खा रहे वहां. Like that सालों से हो रहा है. We think only in Gurudwaras that happens. No, that's all learned from our Hindu temples. Go to Gujarat, go to Jaipur and see. Go to Kashi, Varanasi. हर जगह पे ऐसे भंडारे चल ही रहा है. So to all these काली कमली सबको होता ही रहता है. अन्न क्षेत्रस. So साधु is the one who is that way उपकार के लिए तैयार है. In one way or the other, give things to others. The Annakshetras. How many unrecognized are there all over? And what I was referring to was not only the Bhandaras or the Annakshetra, there's so many places I see कि if somebody eats food and says money नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं बोलने वाले. And some places, hundreds of them are there, freely they give food. They don't ask money. कुछ donation आप दो तो फिर चलेगा, नहीं तो कोई नहीं. Somebody is sponsoring it, okay. See, point is not only the happening of the work, but the point is attitude. Sadhu is an attitude. The one who always willing for the welfare of others. Sadhu. When the winters are coming, there are so many people on the roads or places. Sardi say, give them something. टेम्पररी वाला भी, लॉन्ग लास्टिंग वाला. टेम्पररी वाले में कुछ खाने को दो गरम गरम. परमानेंट वाले में गिव सम स्वेटर और शॉल और एनीथिंग. थोड़ा भी अपने मौका, अपने कैपेसिटी के अनुसार. फील दैट. सी, वन साइड ब्रह्म सत्यम जगन मिथ्या, देयर इज नो डाउट. सेकंड साइड वी हैव टू बी भक्ति एंड शरणागति. थर्ड साइड वी हैव टू डू आवर कर्म योगा आदि. फोर्थ वी हैव टू डू आवर चित्तवृत्ति निरोध yoga. Along with all these four, we have to be a sadhu also. And the world needs more than these yogis, the sadhus. all the period of time. साधु बनना जिंदगी के लिए ज्यादा फायदेमंद होता है. Melt the heart. See, it can be your own neighbors, your own servants, your own employees, whoever जो भी है ना, साधु हो जाना. These cannot be put in words, these things. But we can think about, am I a sadhu in my life? In my last, whatever the years I lived, how many times I expressed my sadhutva in forgiving the people, in giving to the people, in helping them and all that. देखना एक बार पीछे मुड़कर है good number of occasions, congrats, that's why you are given Bhagavatam. Then get inspired from that and keep on being a sadhu. So ऐसे साधु व्यक्ति को जरूर भागवत देना. तो साधवे हो गया. नेक्स्ट कम शुचये, the one who is शुच, who is शुचि, शौचम. See, शुभ्रता, शुचि, दिव्यता, पवित्रता and दिव्यता. Neatness, cleanliness, purity, divinity. Almost same, but they are subtle, 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 subtle. So, Shuchaye, the one who has got Vak Shuddhi or Shuchi, the one who has got Sharira Shuddhi or Suchi, the one who has got Mano Shuddhi or Shuchi, there is no impurities there in him, शुचि है उनके पास. ऐसे शुच व्यक्ति को भी हमको भागवत उनको भी देने से फायदा होगा. शुचये ब्रूयात. And all these, please remember, don't go on searching for the people whom to give Bhagavat. They are talking about us only. कि Bhagavata has to enter into us. These are the good qualities we have to gain. तो अभी 4 बार सुना हमने, 3 सप्ताह हो गए, एक तो 2 साल से. कितना भागवत अंदर हुआ, हमारे अंदर आया. कम आया का अर्थ क्या हुआ? These qualities when we develop and then again listen. I think as promised by Bhagavan here, it is his blessings that if you give to these good people, then that will reach to them. So too, it is his blessings that if we have these good qualities, he himself will come in the form of Guru Shukadeva. He will give knowledge and we receive it. Point is reception. So sadhave shuchave bruyat. Lastly, bhakti hi syat. If there is really interest in bhakti, shudra yoshitam. Now see, even to the shudras also, Bhagavata can be given. उनको वेद वेदांत वेद मंत्र नहीं देते, but भागवत देते. But Bhagavat is not less than any Veda Sara. Therefore, that the other day also somewhere I was discussing, especially for the women and all, ये नहीं करने को कहते हैं, वो नहीं करने को कहते हैं. अरे यार, करने को भी बहुत बातें कहा ना, वो करो, उससे भी आपको मुक्ति होता है. Why do you always fight with such things? See, there are many margas for the mukti. The mukti is divided by everyone. Some margas are restricted, some. Why do you fight there? When you have your path given, select it, walk out, reach out. Why the ego? Why prestige? Why all that? We, the women, are not valued. Why? There's some reason the Rishi Munis have told. They did not say that you don't deserve mukti. You deserve. For you, they have laid another path. Go for it. Idukho ye wala. Bhakti syat Shudra Yoshitam. Shudra, even in the Shudra Vyakti, Yoshita, the women, generally Shudra is busy in serving, women is busy at home. But if she has big bhakti, therefore if she finds time, even to her also you give. 2-3 more thoughts are there in this. Seeing them, then we go to our next topic of Bhagavan talking in 3 shlokas about if this knowledge is gained, everything is gained. You need not go for anything else. In that way, in 3 or 4 shlokas, Bhagavan's teachings conclude. After Sukadevi's comment and Uddhavji's response, Bhagavan Krishna then only just blesses and guides, orders Uddhavji to go to Badrinath. That means in the next 3 shlokas, the teaching part of Bhagavan is over. Siddhanta he taught, cares to be taken he taught, and he gave the details of who deserves this, who doesn't deserve, and he filled the entire Bhagavata and the Bhakta and Sota with his benign blessings. ये है भगवान की कृपा, कृष्ण. And thereafter Sri Uddhavji thanking and all. Now in this Bhagavatam everywhere, these 3-4 beautiful pairs, excellent they are all. One pair is the Vidura Maitreya in the beginning. After listening all the knowledge from Vidurji, Maitreji, how happy, joyful Vidurji. We saw it in the third, fourth skandha. So Vidura Maitreya. Then another one is what? Seventh skandha mein. Narada and then Yudhishthira Samvada. How happy Yudhishthirji after receiving that knowledge from Sri Naradji. And in the 11th skandha, so many, but mostly the beautiful pair of Krishna and Uddhava. So there, the Maitreya is Guru, Vidura is Shishya. After the knowledge is given, so grateful was the Shishya. Thereafter, Yudhishthirji was Shishya, Naradji was the Guru. Whole 7th skandha is given by Naradji to Yudhishthira. You understand? And so fulfillment so much Yudhishthira feels. He can't, no words to express the gratitude. Then come this one, most profound, beautiful, Krishna Uddhava Samvada, where Krishna Bhagavan is giving such great knowledge, receiving that Uddhavji also has no words of gratitude. How beautiful it is. And more sublime, beautiful, divine, greater than this is the Shuka Parikshit Samvada, which is the main Bhagavatam. There also, when the teachings are over, the joy of the Parikshitji. Then the conclusion, the Suta Shaunakadi Muni, having heard such a great Bhagavata, the Shaunakadi Rishis are so much thankful, grateful to the Suta Pauranika. Sutaji jo Puranam ko padha hai. Is it not how beautiful all these things? Ha ha. Suta Shaunaka Samvada, Parikshit Shuka Samvada, Krishnodhava Samvada, Narada Yudhishthira Samvada, then Vidura Maitreya Samvada, and in between so many. You know, the Dattatreya and Yadu Samvada, and the Navayogi and that Samvada. हर एक चीज और वो छोटे छोटे पोर्शंस, एक चैप्टर, दो चैप्टर. But Yudhishthira Narada is one complete skandha. So too Krishnodhava is one complete skandha. And Parikshit Shukadeva and Suta is one Purana, and Suta Shaunaka is all Purana. Samvada. See that? Having heard it. We also, when we have gone to any camp, 7 days we heard the satsangas. And how nice, mazidar na zindagi mein. These are the treasures. These are the real gains as a human being. बाकी सब तो हो ही जाता है. Every yoni we go through ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam. But these precious things which are cause for evolution, our evolution, are really great. We should acknowledge them. So we will see the acknowledgement of Uddhavji. Then after this skandha, next में, परीक्षित जी जब वो चले जाते हैं, उस समय सुखदेव जी को थैंक यू कहते. ओह वंडरफुल. ओके, सर्वं कृष्णार्पणम्. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. Let us do our Adhyatma Ramayana also for some half an hour, 40 minutes. Go.